All right, we're going to show you today just a couple drill movements. The halted portion is what we call it. Just a couple movements that can get you started to learning everything you need to know about drill. Close order drill. It takes one thing, and that's discipline. Instant willing obedience to orders. So if your unit can't drill very well, might not have a lot of discipline. So it takes discipline. Instant willing obedience to orders. The unit leader is giving you an order and you're just executing it. As easy as that. Here we go, some movements. First one is she's already in parade rest. Here's the description of parade rest so you know that you're in a proper parade rest. Your heels are about 12 inches apart. Her right foot, you'll see when she comes to attention, her right foot is not going to move this entire time until we start doing some other movements. But the right foot always stays in place. So heels about 12 inches apart, feet at a 45-degree angle. Knees are not locked, right? Shake your knees a little bit. Do not lock them out in any of these positions. You'll stop the flow of the blood to your head and you'll pass out. If you pass out, you better fall out at the position of attention. Working your way up, we'll show the back in a minute, but her left hand is on the lower back, fingers extended and joined. Her right hand is on top of her left hand, thumbs wrapped around each other. Head and eyeball straight to the front. That's the position of parade rest. Rest looks similar, just a little more relaxed. You can kind of relax your shoulders a little bit. If you have to scratch your face, you can. Parade rest at ease is even more relaxed. This is when people kind of move around, they fix your uniform, scratch, and talk to each other. Parade rest at ease. The last one is fall out. Yes, it's a position of rest. There's 4 positions of rest. Fall out, on the command of fall out, the F of fall out, you leave the area. One command you can receive after fall out, fall in. All right, so we'll look at the position of attention. Here we go. The preparatory command is the unit that you're drilling. Squad, platoon, company, battalion, regiment, whatever it is. Today we'll just use squad. It'll look like this. Squad, attend, huh. Position of attention. Heels together, feet at a 45-degree angle, working your way up. Legs are straight, but they're not locked. And in camis, in uniform, you can't tell that they're slightly probably bent. That's just so you don't lock your knees out. Fingers curled and joined, thumb along the hand, and on trouser seam. Match it up with your trouser seam. A lot of times people let them go forward a little bit. That's comfortable, so that's how you know if you're doing it wrong. If it's comfortable, you're probably not doing it right. Bring them back. Thumbs on trouser seam. Work your way up. Head and eyeball straight to the front. Chest out, shoulders back, lips closed. That's all part of it. So you can't sneeze, cough, anything like that. You're breaking the position of attention. You can't look around with your eyes to try to watch. A lot of times people try to see what's going on in the ceremony, whatever drill you happen to be doing. Head and eyes must remain straight the whole time, lips closed. That is the position of attention. Now the first one we talked about was parade rest. It looks like this. Preparatory command is parade. Command of execution is rest. Parade. Rest. Boom. Snap right to position of attention. Heels about 12 inches apart. Legs straight. Head and eyeball straight to the front. We'll show you the back in a second. Go. Squad. Attend. Huh. Boom. Head and no excessive movement. You'll notice even if you were to mess up just a little bit and doesn't feel exactly right, you cannot move once the command is over. So the command of execution terminates the command. You have to freeze. Any little movement to try and fix it is called excessive movement. That's a no-go. All right, next one, we'll just do rest. You did position of attention, parade rest. Here's what rest looks like. Rest. Modified parade rest. A very laxed parade rest. This is when you scratch and you can talk. We're going to do it after we're doing a butt face. Here we go. Squad. Attend. Huh. Parade rest. Rest. At ease. Here's what at ease looks like. At ease. Same. Again, more relaxed. Scratch. Talk. Do what you got to do. Squad. Attend. Huh. Last one is fall out. On the F of fall out. In other words, as soon as you hear the command, the unit leader, fall out, you're already starting to go. You got to explode. Looks like this. And you step to the left. However, the unit leader or you're taught, some take a step back, some do an about face. On the command of fall out, you just have to leave the area. Fall out. Boom, you step to the left. So I teach it. Looks like this. Fall out. That's it. You take off. The only command you can receive after fall out, what is it? You want to know? Here we go. Only command you can receive after fall out is fall in. Some run, some walk, some march. Either way, you can take your time once you get there to make the proper position of attention. All right, here we're going to do some facing movements. First one, we're going to go to the right. 2 count movement, command of execution. On the command of execution, the movement is done. So, sounds like this. Right, don't do it yet. Face, command of execution is right. Which direction you're going. I like to pause for a few seconds in between the preparatory command and the command of execution so they can start thinking about what they're going to do. Here we go. It looks like this. Right, face. 1, 2. Heels together. Same position. Now it's just a position of attention facing in a different direction. Here goes left. On left face, the heel of her left foot, ball of the right foot. For the count of 1 and 2, just bring it in. All right, here we go. Lay up, face. 1, 2. Just like that. She slowed it down for the video. Here we go, normal time. We'll go left first this time. Lay up, face. 1, 2. You see her arms didn't swing as she was swinging. Sometimes we teach pinch your trouser seam so your arms don't swing wide. If you have to do it, do it. If not, you remember by locking your arms out all the way. And then she's at the position of attention. Heels on line and touching, feet at a 45-degree angle. Knees straight but not locked. Arms locked out, fists curled, thumbs on trouser seam, head and eyeball straight to the front the whole time. Here we go, back to the right. Right, face. 1, 2. Boom, done. Here we go. About face. This is a tricky one. Marine Corps teaches it. Your right leg must remain straight. Okay, other services teach it a little different. You can bend your knee, you can put it back there. The Marine Corps, the ditty we teach is lock the knee, trace the C. So your right knee has to be locked the entire time. Lock the knee, trace the C. So you are going to feel like you're leaning forward just a little bit because your right leg is locked out. So on the preparatory command, about, we teach you lock your right leg and get ready to trace a C. Face, and you trace a big C, not on the ground. Don't make any noise. Slightly above the ground and place it behind you. Still locked out, so you see I'm leaning forward. And then spin on the ball of your right foot, heel of your left foot, all the way down. Don't let your arm swing, pinch your trouser seam. Anything you need to do to remain, keep your right leg locked out. All right, here we go. It looks like this. About, face. 1, 2. Again, takes practice. You see that was the first one. It's slow. It's kind of hard to do. Once you're done, you have to be at the proper position of attention. Heels on line touching, feet at a 45-degree angle, all the way up to your head and eyeball straight to the front. Here we go again. You didn't see your arms swing wide. Arms still locked out. Flex the tricep. There you go. Here we go. About. Face. Boom. Position of attention, head and eyeball straight to the front. Lock the knee, trace the C. One more time. And that's what you should say in your head. Lock the knee, trace the C. Here's what happens a lot of times because this is much more comfortable. It makes more sense just to turn around. But it's not. If it's a little uncomfortable, once again, you're probably doing it right. Lock the knee, trace the C. About, don't do it. Face. That is a knot, and it feels like it. You go halfway locked, and then you reach back there with your toes. Incorrect movement. Lock the knee, trace the C. A little uncomfortable, feels awkward. All right, here we go. One more time, and then we'll show parade rest. About. Face. Boom. Boom. Done. All right, here's what parade rest looks like from behind. Parade. Rest. Left hand on the small of her back, fingers extended and joined, thumbs wrapped around. No loose fingers. Loosen up your fingers. Just relax. Not proper parade rest. Okay, go back to parade rest. Squat. 10. Here's what rest or at ease looks like. It's a modified parade rest. At ease. Modified parade rest, you can hang them kind of low. This is when you get the scratches and itches up on at ease and rest. Both of those positions. Rest, you can actually tuck them. There we go. Squat. 10. About. Face. The last one is dismissed. Once you're done with everything. Dismissed is a little different. You do have to, there are movements for dismissed. A proper dismissed is the unit leader will say dismissed. The unit says dismissed, aye, sir, or aye, ma'am, whoever's leading the unit. Dismissed, aye, ma'am. 1, 2, good afternoon, sir, or dismissed. What you say is up to the unit leader. About face, and then step off with your left foot. So, again, that's how the Marine Corps teaches it. Dismissed, aye, sir, left foot, right foot, good afternoon, sir, about face, and then step. Got it? Here we go. Dismiss is the last one. There are more steps to dismiss, and that usually happens in a unit performance or just a formation, or if you're going to speak to a superior, hopefully not in a court-martial, anything negative, but if you're just going to talk to someone and they dismiss you, there's a proper way to be dismissed. And it looks and sounds like this. When they tell you dismiss, you say dismissed, aye, sir, or ma'am. Dismissed, aye, sir. You take one step back, give them the verbal greeting. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good evening, sir. Whatever time of day it is. Then you do it a complete about face, and then step off, whichever direction you need to go, to the door or whatever it is. It is a process, and it should be conducted like this anytime you're dismissed by someone senior to you. Looks like this. Dismissed.
Dismissed! Aye, aye, sir! Good afternoon, sir!
All right. And he or she would say, good afternoon, and you're dismissed. Now from dismissed, you can fall in and then conduct the entire drill card, or if you're in a meeting or whatever the process is, you're in a ceremony, a retirement, graduation, whatever it is. Discipline. Next, we're going to show you how to do all this with the rifle. That's arm drill. COD, close order drill, takes discipline, instant willing obedience to orders. Simplify, my friend. Arra!
Alright.